reading revised books for content's sake. So research has it that each year, innovation has remained at the forefront at the consensus of today's global leaders, year after year. So if you want to lead a breakout ministry, how many of you want us to have a breakout ministry? Dominate an industry. How many of you want to dominate an industry? Can I ask you a question? How many of you truly, yeah, our brother Emmanuel too is another tech person there. Are you getting me? Now, how many of you want to dominate, you truly want to dominate an industry? I'm not talking about, you really, it's something you lie down and think about. I have to dominate this industry. Let me see your hand up. Then you need to take what we're saying today seriously. You want to change a city, help a nation, solve massive problems, or meet the needs of thousands of hurting people, you will have to learn to innovate. So it's safe to say that the most successful companies in the future will be doing things no one is doing today. So think about the 4 companies that made the headlines in the 1980s, about the time I was born. General Motors. How many of you even know them? Walmart. Exxon. I think it's now Exxon Mobil. Ford. Now today, the 4 companies you hear about are what? Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Google, Tesla. Pastor Joe was just telling us, and it's true, I saw it yesterday about, Google is about, Facebook is about $1.1 trillion. Trillion. How often do you hear that amount? So they are doing today what no one dreamed was possible just a few decades ago. They are leading the way in what? Innovation. So what is innovation? Now, part of the problem with defining the word innovation is that there is no real definition for it. You know why? It cuts across, it's hard to define. It cuts across different spheres because it flows from turning beans to moi moi. Don't call beans. Don't call moi moi beans cake. Moi moi is moi moi. What's the English word for moi moi? It's moi moi. What's the English word for akara? I know, I'm serious. Pizza is not an English word. Pizza is an Italian word. Shawarma is not an English word. Shawarma is an Arabic word. So why do you feel bad? Why do you have to explain moi moi to mean beans cake? What's beans cake or beans pudding? Steamed what? Leave that thing. If they let people walk into shops in US and say, I want to buy moi moi. Moi moi. No, but I'm serious. Akara. Do you know this pizza Igalas to have pizza? No, Igalas call it abada. It's pizza. It's just that it's not baked. It's fried. And man, the reach is unbeatable. But you see, amala is amala. Don't call it white. Don't call it black. Yam flour. Amala. No, but I'm serious. There's another food they call Igbala. Some of you don't know it. So we have all these things. Banga is banga. Don't tell them it's watery salad. Are you getting me? Learn to innovate. But what I'm just saying is that innovation covered in the spectrum of innovation. Do you follow? To have a catch-all term for it is difficult, but innovation can be applied to almost everything, to business models, to how a message is preached in church. It's all part of innovation. So we can just simply say innovation means to what? improve or to replace something. So when you're you have to innovate. Street word for it sometimes improvise. Look at some of the things that those boys are doing at Aba. Those cars they are producing. Let me not go into that. But that's why you need functional governments to create opportunities for such talents. See, put everything ceteris paribus. Nigerians can produce cars from scraps. Cars that will do well. Because that's how Tata started. You know Tata? Tata has bought over, I think Ford. Is it Ford or yeah. One of these leading brands in America. Some years ago, they were laughing at them. I remember in those days, when Tata started, they had this, you know the bus, before the bus. They had trucks.
You used to use, I think, Fedeco.
Yes. You know, it will come, you'll be bouncing at the back like that. And now there are cars, are top brands in the market. There are only there are actually 3 companies in the whole world that produce aircrafts. Boeing, commercial aircrafts. So 3 years ago, China joined them. You know what the Chinese people said? That if we never start, nobody will ever buy. Because it was just Boeing and Airbus. Imagine all these planes, Boeing and Airbus. So China said, we'll start our own. People will not buy at first, but eventually they will buy. We'll make mistakes. Someone say with who? I don't know. But somebody will fly it. Do you get what I'm saying? You must start something. I think we used to laugh at techno. But they were the ones they are the ones currently sponsoring the time at Euro. They are the official phone for Euro 2020, this Euro. Techno, that we used to laugh at. Somebody needs to start something. It was born out of what? Limited resources. Then willingness to what? To fail. How many of you have heard me say this? Failure is not an option. You need that to win. It's a necessity. If you want to what? If you want to be innovative, then don't make plans for failure. If you're happy and you know, stand up. If you're happy and you know, shake your neighbor. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, walk from your seat. If you're happy and you know, go to the back. If you're happy and you know it, come back to the front. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, then jump. If you're happy and you know it, now sit. If you're happy and you know it, sit well, don't sleep. All right. Because somebody, I said, you have to be an innovator. Somebody say, yeah. So I was wondering, what did the person hear? So, don't worry, we'll be doing these exercises. You know, they say it keeps us fit. You know what I mean? You're going to make mistakes. But failure is not an option. Never tell yourself, let's do this thing and see whether it will work. You will stay at it, because once your mind is conditioned that something will work, your creative juice will flow. You know, the other day I asked my heart to do something for him. I said, can you do it? He said, no. At first he said no. Then he now said, I think I can do it. It took him all day. No, it's possible. It can be done. It can be done. It took him all day, and eventually he do it. He worked. If he had stopped at it couldn't be done, it would never have been done. It is that aperture in your mind that you open, that something is possible and failure is not an option, that opens you up to create and opens you up to innovate. Then, so a problem to solve plus what? Limited resources to what? Plus crazy ideas. I didn't say mad ideas. Because if you want to kill someone, that's not a crazy idea. You're a madman. But when we talk about crazy ideas, what are we talking about? We're talking about ideas that people think something is wrong with you. You're the only person who believes something is right. You know why? Every crazy person thinks the other person is crazy. Someone says, what's the difference between crazy and mad? It's contextual. I mean, and I know my son Sammy, he has crazy ideas. Crazy ideas. And I don't tell him. Some of them are laughable. But to be honest, the things he says sometimes, like, okay, crazy. The way his mind works, very crazy. And he's already sketching them. He'll sketch things. If you see the thing Sammy checks on my laptop, ever since he got to know how to use Siri. Siri, something skeleton. Do you know Sammy believes that this Spider-Man, he can actually make a suit and the thing will be shooting out. And it will be hard for you to catch him. And he's been browsing how you can connect it to the internet, have this thing. That if you have internet services and you have the thing produced and you wear it, he said that is possible. I said, I didn't say it's not possible. In my mind, I just don't need it. But the boy is thinking, because it's just his mind. Daddy, just imagine I go this way. The other day he told me, he said, Daddy, do you know if you're standing here and someone is standing behind and you do your hand like this, even if the person is backing you, he will feel a force. He said, Daddy, back me and say, back me. If I do this, and if you didn't know I'm in the room, if I do it, you feel a force. He said, that means there's something living. And I said, it's anointing. I said, it's anointing. But you know, it's true. That's what Tai Chi is about. Yeah. The Chinese people, they believe that you can harness. I don't know if you have ever watched Tai Chi. Kung Fu? Yeah, Kung Fu master. So I'm just protecting him so that anything he's meditating on should be from the Bible and not. And you Google those things, and they are as crazy as they sound. They actually have research what they are working on the web. He's so particular about veterans and people who lose limbs and all that. He's always saying, how can I, Daddy, I can help them.